Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a guide for round 4 of the Nations Cup again. Let's get this started. Start on the right side of the track, then slowly bring yourself to the left, pretending that you're trying to go through Sardegna A. Shortly after the curb on the left starts, you want to brake hard for a moment, then slowly ease off of the brakes so the car can get a bit more flexibility to make this turn. Slowly transition over to the throttle. This right-hander can be taken at full throttle, then slowly bring yourself to the left side of the track. Just after this curb on the left ends, you'll be starting to use your braking, and you want to try to control your braking power so you can hit this second apex and carefully transition over from the braking to the throttle. Then slowly bring yourself to the right side of the track, and just after the next sector starts, so right around here, you'll start to brake hard for a moment, then slowly ease off of the brakes. There's a little dip where the apex is at, so you can use that to your advantage to get the car to rotate a little bit more. Once again, just try to be careful when transitioning over from the braking to the throttle. Try to take these next 2 turns as gently as possible, as you're about to go uphill and you're going to lose some speed as you go up it. Bring yourself to the right side of the track, and just after you start to turn in, you want to use a little bit of braking just to bring yourself to the inside, then quickly get back on the throttle. Bring yourself to the left, and just as the orange and blue barrier on the left ends, you want to brake hard for a moment, slowly ease off of the brakes. Take your time applying the throttle as you don't want to make any contact with the gravel or the wall. Then gently make this right turn over here, going at full throttle, then gently make the left turn that is coming up right here, and brake when the curb on the left ends. Try to be as smooth as possible so you can get a fast exit, and then bring yourself to the right side of the track, and that is pretty much it for the lap guide. Let's go ahead and talk about the strategies. For the qualifying session, you only have 5 minutes to try to get a good qualifying time. You want to try to stay behind someone so you can get the slipstream, as that's really going to help you out with your qualifying time. You want to make sure that you give yourself enough space between yourself and the car ahead of you. That way you can still be within the slipstream range, but you can have enough space so you don't have to risk slowing yourself down in case you end up getting too close to the car ahead of you. If you're in the Mazda Roadster touring car and you happen to come across someone using the Lancia Stratos and they happen to know what they're doing with that car, then you want to try to get behind them, as their cars are really good when it comes to the back straight and the main straight, and that's going to help you out with your qualifying time a little bit more. And once again, this is if the person using the Stratos really knows what they're doing with it, as that car likes to slide around a lot. So you have to be pretty precise with it, otherwise you're going to be hurting your own pace throughout the race and the qualifying session as well. So with the 5 minutes of the qualifying session, you'll be able to get 2 flying laps in, so just make sure that your tires are warmed up. Well, they should be warmed up by the end of the out lap, and just make sure that you give yourself and the car ahead of you a lot of space so you can stay within the slipstream, go even faster, but at the same time just make sure that you don't end up getting too close to them. For this race, this is an all-out race, so you don't have to worry about going to the pit stop at all. As of the making of this video, the 2 notable cars are the Mazda Roadster touring car and the Lancia Stratos. With the touring car, it's a pretty undramatic car, so it's going to do really well when it comes to stability and just going through the corners. However, its weakness is the straight line speed, so you're not going to be getting most out of the car, or the most out of the car, when you're going through the main straight or the back straight. You also have that uphill on the back straight, so that's going to make this car suffer even more compared to that of the Lancia Stratos. But because of its stability, it's really easy to drive, really forgiving to drive. You can try to push this car around a little bit and the car won't try to bite your head off. So it's going to be pretty easy to get really consistent lap times out of it. Because the car doesn't slide around as much as the Stratos, the tire wear is going to be trivial. You won't even have to worry about it. Now when it comes to the Lancia Stratos, this car does really well when it comes to its straight line speed, and because of that you will need to brake a little bit earlier than that of the Roadster touring car. So main straight and back straight, you could definitely make the most out of it and just overtake those Roadster touring cars. However, when it comes to going around the corner, the Stratos can get a little bit sketchy. If the Stratos is being used by someone who really knows the car well, who understands how it behaves and can make the most out of it, you can definitely be faster than the Roadster touring car. However, if you don't have the best understanding of it, then the car is going to start to slide around a bit and it's going to want to try to lose control, which will mean that you'll have to do a lot more counter steering. Car slides around a lot and it's going to ruin your own pace. So if you can get a good grasp of how the Stratos behaves and basically make it slide as little as possible, especially through some corners like these that you see in the video, then you're definitely going to have a much better time than I did when I was trying out the Stratos, and the tire wear won't be as big of a problem as it was when I was trying this car out. You basically have to really take care of this car, just try to be really smooth with it, and that way you can get even more out of the car. And once you go onto the main straight, just get a good clean exit and you're going to be making moves on those silly Roadster touring cars. So what I would say is to give the Lancia Stratos a try. Just go on over to the lobby and find a Nation's practice room. Give the Stratos a try and see if you can get a really good grasp of how the car behaves, and basically just control it so it can work the way that you want it to work and not have a slide around and try to bite your head off. If you've tried it out and you just find that the car is way too much to handle, then go with the Mazda Roadster touring car, as that car is a lot more forgiving and it's a lot less dramatic. However, it's going to cost you a bit of speed, so you do want to be a bit aware of that. So when you're on the back straight and the main straight, don't be surprised if you see a Lancia Stratos coming at you really fast. And that is pretty much it for this guide. I do have something I need to say, which is not relating to this video. I was taking a look at the comments from the community post I put up the other day, and I just want to give a huge thank you for the amazing love and support. I am feeling much better now, so I'll be back at making these videos at the regular schedule, which is a little bit different since the FI schedule changed, but I'll be making those videos again. Daily race guides will be coming out as usual. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA, wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.